Good afternoon. My name is Angel Villa, and I'll be discussing restoration of the silvery minnow in the Rio Grande River. The silvery minnow is a small herbivorous fish found in the Rio Grande River. It is considered one of the most endangered fish in North America and has been declared endangered in 1994 and is still endangered to this day. The species is considered an indicator species, which means that it has been selected for its sensitivity to environmental factors. If this fish numbers start to decline, then people know that the air, water, or soil could be contaminated, and that could be the reason for the species decline. The silvery minnow is found in one reach of the Rio Grande River, which is often referred to as the Middle Rio Grande. The current situation for the silvery minnows is that it has lost a lot of its habitat over the years. Its current habitat is only 7% of its former range. As you can see in the image on the right, in the red, its current habitat reaches from the Cochiti Reservoir to the Elephant Butt Reservoir. However, in the green, you can see that its historic range used to reach all the way down to Brownsville, Texas, and parts of the Pecos River. This loss of habitat comes from the modification of the water, such as diverting the stream for irrigation for farming and dams. Other factors could include as non-native species being introduced into the water and surrounding areas, and the water quality degradation from pollution from factories and homes. The current plan to help the silvery minnows in the Rio Grande is to rebuild their habitat using a bendway weir. When the flow of the river is high and coming at a perpendicular angle, it tends to erode the other side of the bank. What this erosion does is that it reduces a lot of the available water space that the silvery minnows could use to reproduce. The bendway weirs help reduce this flow to stop the erosion and keep the flow at a low level. It also helps with sediment deposits at the inner bank. The silvery minnows need this low flow for their eggs so that they don't get thrown off of the river or flow too quickly for them to be able to reproduce properly. In the diagram to the left, W1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are where the bend weirs would be located. There are many departments that will be in charge of this operation. The main ones are the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the New Mexico Interstate Stream Commission, the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish, the Environmental Protection Agency, and many more. These people will have experience in streams, fish, and other relevant areas of ecology surrounding the river. There are many benefits to this plan. Obviously, the biggest one is seeing that the silvery minnows have their habitats rebuilt so that they can recover lost populations. Since they are indicator species, when we see their health grow, we can see also the health of the river and surrounding areas continue to grow. We would also like to delist the silvery minnows from the endangered species list. With less endangered species, we can leave a better world for future generations. This also helps improve the Rio Grande itself by having their streams restored and the prevention of erosion. With those upsides, however, there are some downsides to this plan. There are some temporary disturbance to the habitats in order to build the bendway weirs. There's also possible contaminant leaks from machinery when we transport supplies and people to the sites. There also might be diversions of flows from the construction itself. Some of the quantitative costs include needing to pay workers and administrators and getting supplies and equipment. Some of the costs are listed here, such as conservation officers from the New Mexico Game and Fish, which will be priced around $40,000 a year. Some of the administrators can include environmental engineers and fish biologists who can oversee more of the restoration in progress. The EPA estimates that the price for environmental engineers is about $88,000 a year, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service estimates fish biologists being paid at $78,000 per year. And the cost to operate a pickup truck to transport supplies and people would be about $10,000 a year. In conclusion, we can see that rebuilding habitats for the silvery minnows goes a long way, as it helps with stream restoration and helps the river itself. We can also remove this indicator species from the endangered list, and with that we can monitor the health of the river more closely by monitoring the silvery minnows. This also helps rebuild the Rio Grande for more than just one species, as there are many species involved, including other plants and wildlife that live along the Rio Grande River. Thank you for your time.